Football doesn't build character, it eliminates the weakest. I'm offering you a scholarship to attend the University of Texas and play football.
You will not regret giving me the chance, sir.
Give me my hand back now, son.
And your character is kind of known for being more intense, right? And it kind of inward thinking and.
There was a guy, DeLoss Dodd, down there, the AD, former AD in Texas, and I was sitting down with him, and I said, "So tell me who Coach Royal is." And he goes, "He's the most intense man I ever met." Kind of looking at me like, challenging me that I could ever be as intense as he was. So I think he was intense. But he had another side, because he was a coach, but on the other side, he liked to hang out and sing songs with Willie Nelson. Oh. Willie Nelson was one of his best friends. So here you have a coach that always wore a tie, was always buttoned up, his hair was always, like this, and and then on the weekends you could see him hanging out with Willie and his band and singing all the songs and stuff. So, people are interesting when you dig deep.
Oh, for sure. No, he was kind of a legendary coach, is that correct?
Oh, for sure. The Longhorn Stadium's named after him. He won 3 national championships, turned the program around, and he really, I don't want to say he invented, but he's the one that perfected the triple option. And everybody runs to this day the triple option.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So he was really kind of an innovative and a risk taker, right?
100%.
And this was a risk for him to bring in Freddie. Right?
Freddie was undersized. He's out of state. He was the first out-of-state recruit Texas had ever had. And the thing about it was they had these grueling practices, not, in the Texas heat, and they hit hard, and if you were hurt, you played through the pain. And Freddie never flinched. Freddie was a guy that, he was undersized, but he was the toughest kid on the team.
Yeah, and there's a great message in that Freddie was kind of working hard no matter what and had a positive attitude. Why do you think that's a good message for younger people watching the movie?
Well, because in today's world, it's not always the case. I think that we're a little pampered today, and a little entitled. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned in gutting it out. Figuring it out yourself, not being told everything, not being handed everything, today with electronics and everything, I don't know. I'm not here to save the world, but I'm here to, I think that in that day, Freddie really showed that he had initiative and proved that he should be on this team.
What about his faith? Did that inspire you, or?
Yeah, it always does when somebody relies on a higher force greater than themselves. Freddie had a humility. He had respect for his elders and those around him. He had manners, and I think that all sort of stems from that sort of spirituality. He had a tough run, Freddie. He had events that happened in his life that pushed him to his limit, and I think that he used his faith to get him through that and to inspire those around him.
Okay, so your character, a lot about him is his faith. Did that inspire you at all?
Absolutely. I was really impressed by how he was a church-going guy. He believed he had real faith, but he never judged other people for he just that's just who he was.
Oh yeah, and he was he was willing to listen and then pray for his friend even though his friend
right,
wasn't necessarily praying.
Right, without judgment, just like, this is what I believe, so I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And that kind of says a lot about him. It's like, I'm not going to tell anyone else what to do, but like, I really believe this, so I'm just going to commit. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to pray right now. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to play football. Yeah, unwavering. Yeah, it's cool.
And super positive, like throughout the entire thing.
I know.
Very positive.
I know, that's what's hard, people always say, like the friends who knew him, teammates were always like, he was the best guy I ever knew. He was like, I wanted to be like him, I wanted to be him, And that creates its own challenges as an actor, because it's like, well, who's the person? I don't want to play like some ideal of a person, I want to get under the skin. But I think that there are some people that can maintain positivity, not in like an overly optimistic way, just like with grit and determination and competition. Like, he was a fighter, but still was able to sort of see the up. That's how I would always say it,
Well, it's also really nice because someone says, oh, this is your parents' dream, but he's like, no, this is something I want to work hard for.
Yeah.
And why do you think that message of like working hard is great for, teenagers, youth today?
Yeah, well, it's refreshing to see someone who's not jaded, you know, and who isn't doesn't fall into like sarcasm and irony, like who just really believes what he believes and does what he does. And you could say it's old-fashioned in that way, but I think it's more like a refreshing perspective.
Yeah.
You know, it is healthy for young people to see. I think this movie in general is. It has like a message that is positive and good, but realistic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can live this way. Mm-hmm. You know, it is possible.
Whatever it is, you will meet the challenge.
I will overcome.